Okay, so I'm going to make you a question about the role of ethics in healthcare and technology. What are the fundamental ethical principles that should guide the development and implementation of technologies such as artificial intelligence, big data, and regenerative medicine in healthcare?
Well, in my work as an ethics professor, I have developed, together with my team, actually a method or an approach to help technology and innovation be developed hand in hand with ethics and with ethicists. We call this ethics parallel research. Because in the end, technology and innovation are necessary in healthcare to get better treatments, better quality of life, prevention of healthcare and illnesses, and also reduction of healthcare costs, but it needs to be done in an ethical, responsible way. And just having top-down ethical principles, that doesn't work. So what we've developed is actually a way of co-creation. So you have a team of medical doctors, patients, ethicists, but you can also have artists and other people from society. And together, in a very early stage, they have actually conversations and discussions about what do we find important in a certain technology. What are the ethical challenges of, for example, using AI-based decision-making in healthcare, or using prediction models for patients with cancer. Usually we do also interview studies with the users of technology, like the people working in healthcare, or the patients, or research participants. And in this way, so it's difficult to say those are the principles, but in this way, we try to develop in a very early stage a new technology, which is really responsive to the people that need the technology.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think we can foster greater collaborations between different disciplines in education? And what do you think is the added value of this approach for students and society?
Well, it's my strong opinion that in the end, we need universities to help solve the big societal problems. We have huge problems as a society, as a global society. Think about climate change and the energy transition, but also polarization. We have wars, and we have emerging technology like artificial intelligence that is so mind-blowing and that is so intense in what this means for us to be human, to work together, to live together, to educate students. So universities need to change their roles in order to help actually adapt societies in adopting technologies and in giving answers to those global problems.
How do you think that they could change that way? Because it's a really difficult question, to think about it.
How to do this? Well, as Erasmus University Rotterdam, we said we want to be an impact university. And this means that we are going to organize ourselves much more interdisciplinary. One of the examples is our Convergence Alliance. This is our ecosystem. It's a very close collaboration with the Delft University of Technology, the Erasmus Medical Center, and Erasmus University. And what we do there is that we do not organize ourselves anymore in disciplines like only economy or business or social sciences or medicine, but we organize ourselves in a societal problem. For example, how to deal with health technology or how to deal with climate change. And then we organize different researchers and students and educational programs according to this societal problem. And we really believe that in helping addressing the global challenges, like dealing with artificial intelligence, you need to organize your university radically interdisciplinary, with all kinds of disciplines coming together and working actually on those problems.
And for your perspective as an academic leader, what innovations or approaches do you think are needed to transform education and prepare students for the challenge of the future? The same as you said.
Yeah, well, I think it's very important that we take our students really serious, not as consumers of education, but as change agents. Those are our future leaders. Our students are the ones that in the end, as citizens, they are the ones who are going to make the decisions and be responsible for tackling the problems. So what we do is, and we're still finding our ways, for example, with how to deal with artificial intelligence in education, because it's a huge puzzle. But what we really find important is that we don't say you cannot use those techniques. We say use it. Of course, you have to use it. You have to find your way in adopting and embracing all these kinds of technologies like generative AI. But be aware that, for example, academic integrity is actually our reason of existence as university. So we really educate our students to be critical on the techniques that they are using, that they are creative with, like ChatGPT, because ChatGPT itself is very boring. There are boring answers, but they can use it as inspiration. They have to be honest and transparent about that they are using technology, because otherwise it's a form of plagiarism. So I think for universities it's really important to really take their students serious as adults, as learners, and as future change agents, and that we help them to be inspired by those.
I really like your answer because I think the same as you.
Very good.
My last question is, how do you think educational institutions will develop in the coming years to adapt the changing demands of society and the global economy?
Well, what I think is really important that the global societies, and particularly the European Union, that they do not think about students and education and universities as that it are costs, that it's expensive, but that they shift their minds and that they see that it's an investment. And in the end, our students and our education, that's the best investment that you can ever do as a European Union to be strong, creative, attractive, and also be strategically independent.
So I hope maybe some year in the next years, they will start making those things, because I think that it's really, really important to start trying to develop these problems that we have.
Yeah, and I think it's also, I'm a member of what is called the high-level expert group on Horizon Europe. And this means we are with 15 people from the European Union, and we are advising the European Committee about the future research and innovation program.
I think that it's fundamental to try to make those things, because if nobody makes that, this is going to get worse.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's also important that the European Union is actually together. So it's Spain, but also the Netherlands and all the other countries as part of the European Union, that we really do not think about education as that it's costing your money, but that's an investment. It's an investment in our future people.
And you are giving priority to the students that in the next years we are going to be like the future and the people who is
you
going
are a
to
student
work.
yourself, or
Yeah.
Yeah, well, quite often people think students, it's costing our money and they are expensive. But actually the mindset should be investing in students and in education will fuel our economy in the European Union and gives us strategic independence. Mm-hmm. It will really be the reason that people want to live in the European Union. So I think it's really important that universities show why we are so important.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.